Inside the K-Wing locker room with Sam Ftorek. We obviously know Sam's a star on the ice, and next Friday, everyone, if you don't know by now, we'll find out he's maybe a shooting star off the ice. Every hockey player usually has some sort of talent. We've seen guys that can play guitar. We've seen other guys that can do a variety of different things. You have a very artistic eye for just in general, but now I think fans of the Kalamazoo Wings that head down to the Radisson next Friday for Art Hop will get to see your artistic abilities up close and personal.
Yeah, I mean it should be interesting. It's one of those things I've done for a while, and yeah, I'll be down at Sydney in the Radisson from I think 5 to 9 at Art Hop. So I'm going to show what I can do, I guess.
You've been talking about doing this for a while. I think it was mid-season. You're kind of like, hey, I'm going to try to get some stuff together. I'm going to try to get Art Hop going. When you have with pieces that we saw earlier, I think there was like 5 or 6 that we saw in the back that we're going to show on this video. But how long have you been thinking about debuting your stuff here in Kalamazoo?
You know what? I've actually sat on the whole idea for about 15 years. When I graduated college, it was my senior project. And I just, I liked it. I wanted something that would be interesting for, an athlete who has, tons of pictures of themselves or posters of themselves, and they want something different. It doesn't look like, oh, hey, look at me. It's kind of a piece of art. And then I just didn't know where to do it. I donated a couple pictures for breast cancer the last couple years. And then someone suggested Art Hop, so I kind of looked into it. And as soon as I found out what it was, I was really interested. So
you did the artwork for the Booster Club convention that was here in Kalamazoo over the past summer. You've mentioned the Susan G. Komen games out there. But is this for the existence of Sam Ftorek, the coming out party as an artist, as far as this many pieces of art, one location for forever?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, this is something that I've been kind of doing them and accumulating them. Now I've actually got some more that are more kind of locally based. Cabrera, Tom Brady, who is a Michigan grad, so I know he's not local. Derek Jeter. So I have some more that are kind of have some local flavor. But then there's some of my favorites that I'm going to put in there just, to see if people like them, see if they want to buy them, just to see if I can spark some interest. Because I do a lot of commissioned work. So I could take a picture of you playing softball and turn it into one of these.
When you look at, I'll leave the jokes out of that for that one at this point, but when you look at your senior project from college, obviously that wasn't the first time you picked up a pen and did this. So what was the first time that you realized you had the special gift of being an artist?
I use the term artist very loosely with me. I can draw. And that's about, I have a certain eye, but, I'm not going to cut off my ear at any time soon. But when I was a kid, my mom was very artistic, and she always wanted me to draw and do things kind of that way. Instead of going straight forward, I'd kind of find a roundabout way to do it, which I do kind of in everyday life anyway. So yeah, it's just been one of those things where it's always kind of a way for me to escape. If I'm stressed out, or if I just have 20 minutes to spare, I'll pick up a pen and just doodle for a bit, and then go on with my day.
What's the favorite piece that you've worked on?
You know what? They're all kind of my favorites, just because each one's totally different, and you have something in your mind. You start out and you're like, oh, this is how it's going to look, and it always turns out a little bit different. And I actually I've done a couple of the same thing, and they're totally different. But the one I like the best that I have is probably Marty Brodeur not making a save but playing the puck, which he's known for almost more so than anything else. And it's just it's another way to kind of take something that's normal and put it kind of outside the box, and that's what I like to do.
It's kind of like you said, it's a unique thing for those fans coming down to do it, and obviously probably good come Christmas time for you too, that you can just take the month of November and knock it out, or even milestones. I think not going too personal here, but we had a little bit of a milestone last year. Eric Bechtel reached a game plateau and trying to encompass all the logos that he had in his career, which surprisingly enough, and a guy that has worked that many years, had not that many logos for you to work with, which is a very telling sign for Eric. But on the other side, a very telling side for you how creative you could get.
Yeah, you know what? It's one of those things where, like I said, I like to just kind of think outside the box. I don't like to be crazy and go way off the map. But yeah, he only had 3 logos. With K-Wings, Fort Worth, and St. Louis Blues. So it was relatively, I wouldn't say easy, but it was relatively easy to figure out how to put them together, and then just to make it fit and look and flow the way I wanted it to. You know, was a little difficult, but then you know, he liked it, so it was nice.
We saw the Road Deer one. You talked about that. That's going to be at Art Hop, and maybe one for the local anglers around here. The Kevin Van Dam one was kind of cool, and that one's autographed.
It's autographed, and he actually has one himself. He came in to do a promo for us, and I drew it up and asked him to sign it. He did. He liked it. And then when my wife went up during the game, she gave him his, and he was really impressed with it. You know, so he's got one. Keegan Bradley, who was another one, he's got one of those. Jim Ftorek, Davis Love. There's a couple guys out there that have them that are pretty big names, which I'm really, really proud of.
Anyone that you're a project that you're looking forward to? Is it one of those things that you see something on TV, one of those iconic sports moments, you go, I gotta do that? Is there someone that you've seen recently that you kind of go, that's gonna be my next project?
You know what? I'll probably do a Rivera. Even though I'm a Red Sox fan, I'll probably do a Rivera just because of, you know, I mean,
you're just happy that he's leaving.
That's true too, but just the fact that, you know, every team that he played against had so much respect for him, and just the way he went about his business. You know, it's kind of one of those things where I think it's nice to do, just, you know, for me to kind of say, all right, here you go. Whether he gets it or not, it's a different story. But
can you do this stuff on, I mean, obviously for those that don't travel on the K-Wing bus, which is pretty much everyone watching this video, it's a situation that, you know, when we have a sleeper bus, it's kind of difficult because everyone's kind of cramped in. When you're on a regular coach bus, you're kind of in the middle of the bus and you're kind of preparing for the game. On a longer trip, do you kind of get your ideas together and start doing this, or is this one of those things that you need absolute quiet, no roommate, no nothing, let's just lock down for a little bit and do it?
I usually, on longer trips, actually last year I had 2 that I had to get done for G4, which is a new golf company, and we went down to Gwinnett. So I brought them with me, and I have to just get up early and go down to the lounge or wherever it is, they're on the iPad, and just kind of zone out, because if it's moving at all, I mean, it's white pen on black paper, so one little bobble and it's over, you got to start again. So you know, I don't need total quiet, I can be talking to people, but it's easier just to kind of lose yourself for a couple hours.
2 questions before you let you go. One, what's the average time that it takes you to get a piece done?
If I get the picture that I need, to sketch it from the picture that it comes in, then to sketch it out to a drawing that I like, and then to get it onto the black paper, takes anywhere from 6 to 8 hours, and then to fill it in with all the detail and the shading. And there's, you know, you can't see the shading from far, but up close you can see there's pencil, there's charcoal, there's pen sometimes, and then a little bit of colored pencil. So that takes another hour, maybe 2, depending on how detailed it is. So start to finish, it's anywhere from 8 to 10 hours probably.
What would be the big dream for you as far as player-wise? Obviously, you grew up in New England, and a Red Sox fan. Is it one of those things that it's a Ortiz autograph, if Ortiz saw it or something like that? Is there a certain athlete, a certain team that you would like, that would be the pinnacle? There's
not a certain athlete or a certain team. It's just I would like anybody from the top levels to seek me out to get one. Like that in itself is kind of, you know, it's like, okay, you know, they like it, they respect it, they would like that, you know, in their house. And for me, that's all I was looking for, because, you know, again, it's a picture that you would be proud to hang, not because it's of you, but because it's a piece of artwork depicting you.
Plus, it'd be kind of different because normally players, especially on the hockey side, seek to stay away from you on the ice to keep it out there. But now they're seeking to find you for artistic ability. So that could be a good thing as well. Sam Ftorek getting ready for the 2013-14 campaign, which begins in less than a week, believe it or not, K-Wing fans. And you can see him this upcoming Friday. The debut for him at Art Hop. Sydney's down at the Radisson, 5 to 9. Again, if you want to bring a picture of someone that you want, athlete or someone else that you want to have him draw, you can bring that as well, as he mentioned just moments ago. Be part of it. More updates and a little behind the scenes of your Kalamazoo Wings players all season long right here on kwings.com, as well as Facebook, Twitter, and, of course, on YouTube.